Yo, 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 yo. Gotta get this thing straight. Welcome back to the doggone late show. It's Keldon. And I like the way, I really like the way the last train felt where I was walking around the lake. So I thought I'd do something different today. Well, not different, the same thing. So as y'all can see, I am in Plano, Texas. You know, this is how the start of the show goes, especially when we got the mobile show going. You know what I'm saying? We got the mobile show. But I'm in Plano, Texas. This is Plano West, luxury shopping outdoor mall. It's one of my favorite places to go in Dallas or in the Metroplex. You know, you got the what is that? Got Legacy Hall, crazy food spot. You know, you got Tiffany's. It's over here too. Is that Tiffany right there? Hell no, that ain't Tiffany's. Yeah, that is Tiffany's. It might be opposite, but Tiffany's is over there. You got Louis V on the other side of the street. I'm gonna go across the street. Well, nah, maybe not, cause no, they might be tripping. Well, they close anyway. But you got LV, LV. You know, some of y'all fancy Negroes want to go to LV. Um, One of my favorite places, even though I don't actually shop there. But you know, once your boy get his bread up, I might take a couple more trips there. Is the damn suit supply, because you know, once you're a grown man, you gotta freaking gotta have your suit game popping. You gotta have your suit game popping, and actually, like I said, you gotta look, take a look at the view of the whole shebang. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's cool. But yeah, we got the suit supply. Go ahead, get your grown man on. I don't know if people start watching my shit heavy. Like I don't know what age they're gonna be. I'm assuming they're gonna be like millennial, probably like my age-ish, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? But you got the suit supply. Go ahead, get your suit tailored. You know what I'm saying? Get your pants clean. You get the whole suit tailored, uh, head to toe. It's a little expensive, but you know it is what it is. But yeah, great area. You know, a lot of affluent people that are from this area shop around here, you know, and I typically just like to walk this area because while I'm not flat broke, I ain't really affluent either. And shout out to whoever popped up in the room. Boom. Appreciate you. But you got the Lucid dealer across the street. You know what I'm saying? You got Lucid, got Levi. This ice cream shop that's over here is mad popular as well. But yeah, I like to come over here because I don't know, it just put me in that mood of like, even though obviously this is kind of superficial, but it put me in that mood of, you know, seeing things seeing people that got money, seeing people who are, you know, have good things going on and where they shop, you know. So and it'd be a lot of kids around it too. It's like a cool little probably teenage hangout spot. This probably is like a freaking awesome place to hang out if you're a teenager because it's like you could go on your little date. Really, you could take a girl here if you're obviously older because it's a ton of restaurants over here as well. But yeah, I like to stay around places that kind of like make me feel like where I want to be in life. And this is one of those areas. It's just beautiful, clean. You know, it's usually some beautiful people, attractive people who be over here. Nice vehicles. At the beginning, I should have showed it, but it was a Ghost Rolls Royce, all black, that was parked out there. And this is one of my walking routes. So I'll take several different like walks. So sometimes I walk this way, sometimes I walk another way. And while I feel like I'm talking about myself a lot. A lot of this is to like set an example for whoever might be watching, because like shit, what is y'all niggas doing? Are y'all out here getting shit together? Oh, sorry, hang on a minute. But yeah, do y'all have do y'all have y'all goals set? It's about to get loud, but I'm about to show you the fountain. It's over here, and of course, this shit went down as soon as I turned the camera. Oh, there it is. Oh, shit, Larry is here. But yeah, I don't live far from here either, though. So it's a nice neighborhood to live in, you know. But yeah, I take these walks and I'm starting to broadcast and stuff because I'm like, shit, hey, I got to start showing what's going on in my life. I got to show the progress. You know, I got a prequel to when I'm walking in the Rolex store, obviously. And yeah, if you watching, I know life ain't all about material stuff, but shit, if I want one, let me have it. Yeah. Shit. Got the Tezzy store, you know. Some people feel how they want to feel about Elon, but he makes decent cars. I don't feel like they're the best looking for my taste, but I think that the I think that the Cybertruck does actually look good when you wrap it. Like Cybertruck is kind of fire when you wrap it. For real. I don't like how it comes stock though. But yeah, beautiful area. Get your mind right. So if you we are at 8 minutes in. So look at if you looked at the title of this live stream, it is about my honest feelings about lust. Um, and obviously, if you're on the internet lately, there's a lot of people dealing with the aftermath of their lust. You see the aftermath of the lust. You see the lawsuits. You see the pregnancies. You know what I'm saying? You see people getting arrested. Some people dying. You know, and even in I would say my personal life, you see, people have certain things and going through certain things. Even in my family, you see people having certain things, going through certain things. It's a nice little spot over here. Take your little date when you while you busy being lustful. At least take her on a date. you know. But yeah, lust. But a lot of people a lot of people talking about, or a lot of events going on in society where it's literally the aftermath of lust. And obviously, I don't have no script here, so I'm kind of, yo, it's a bug following me. I don't have no script here, so I'm just kind of going off the cuff. But for some reason, this is something I just wanted to talk about. And like I said, I'm gonna try to do these live streams as much as I can. I got a full charge today, so this will probably be my whole walk, you know. But lust, man, yeah, like lust. Whew, I don't even know where to start because some people will tell you that lust is a demon, or lust is a spirit that'll take over your body and control you, and have you doing insane things that you normally wouldn't do if you weren't in a state of lust. And yes, you are absolutely correct. You know, uh, I could personally say in my life, there have been times where, in the spirit of lust, I might have gone out of my way um, to do something that I normally wouldn't have did, and that lust ended up opening me up for some sort of bad event to happen. So we started off here. Um, One time I got, and I'm gonna say, well, I'm gonna just come out with. It. So one time I was robbed because of my lust. So last episode I told a story about um, how I how I lost how I lost or not lost how my car got broken into. So that wasn't the first time that's happened to me. That's the second time that's happened to me. So um, the first time I had my car broken into and all my shit stolen, it was literally because I wanted to be laid up with a girl after the club. And so if you don't know, like I said, I've been a photographer, videographer for a long time. And I definitely was in nightclubs doing this for roughly 3 years, 5 nights a week. So I'm very familiar with the nightclub. And I'll get to that in a sec. Well, I'll get to that part later, but I'll finish the story. So, you know, there was this girl that I was kind of on off seeing. She was a cocktail waitress, cute little Hispanic thing, you know, and and you know, early in the day I had a big shoot with an Instagram model. Shout out to homie on the bike. You probably can't see him, but shout out to homie on the bike. Do your thing, man. But yeah, so back to the story. So, yo, I'm getting used to this live streaming thing. People are literally just stopping me to just talk, or not stopping me to talk, but stopping me to get my attention as I'm doing this. It's crazy. But um, back to the story. Little Hispanic thing. She's a cocktail waitress, bottle girl, whatever you want to call it. And I used to hang out with her. And one day she pulls up to the club that I was working at, and she says, "Are you coming over tonight?" And mind you, early in the day, I had a big shoot, and I had a big Sony camera with me, Canon 5D Mark II. If you're a camera person or no cameras, you know what I'm talking about. And this was some years ago, so um, bunch of lenses, 85 millimeter, 24 millimeter, you know, bunch of nice camera gear. Um, but homegirl, she during while I'm at the club, she comes up to me. She said, "Hey, you should come over tonight." And the crazy part about it, when she initially said it, I said, "No, I ain't coming over." I said, "Nah, I got other stuff I could be doing. I ain't finna come over." And so I said that, and the young lady said, "Well, what, you don't like me?" She hit me with a, "What, you don't like me like that?" She hit me with a, "Oh, you ain't shit." She hit me with a quite a few shames. You know, she hit me with some, "Yo, is this about to go red?" Yeah, hell yeah. So she hit me with quite a few shames. And and mind you, this was some years ago. So your boy was probably a little bit more I ain't gonna say thirsty, but thirsty. You know what I'm saying? Even though I told her no to be in it, part of me still had this thirst to obviously be with the girl and to appease to whatever she had going on. Even though, looking back at it, I don't know why I ever cared what that person thought or what that person thought or was thinking, you know. But she says that to me, and I think about it while I'm in the club, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just finna go over to her house um, at the club. So uh, the night ends. I go to the club. Or no, I don't go to the club. The night ends. I go to her house, and you know, I my eyes close at some point, and I wake up, and I go to my car, and another time, like I said in the last video, you get in the car and everything's gone. Everything that was in my car is gone. Now, a lot of the a lot of this is my fault. I really do got to be accountable in that situation because like I had shit everywhere in the car. Like like this, yeah, that one, it was pretty bad. Both of them was pretty bad. Really, both of them was my fault. But that first one was like really like was like, yo, you just. But essentially, when I look back at that situation, I literally was gonna make the right decision, which was to not go to her house, which would have prevented my car from being broken in the first place. But like I said, my lust, the the idea of being near the girl made me do some dumb shit, and I got robbed. So I point that out. That's my first thing. Second thing, like I feel like the the lust, it might get a little dark because there ain't no light around here, and this car's coming. I feel like lust. What's going on, man? But I feel like lust in this day and age is almost like is almost just a form of a manipulation. Obviously, it's the thing that's gonna make you wanna, have sex with somebody. But it's just it's one of the strongest forms of manipulation. It's nice, Lord. This was a nightclub I used to shoot at. This it's called Vinyl, but it's called Bottle Rockets now. But But it's literally one of the strongest forms of manipulation. It's one of the most it's one of the easiest ways to control people, especially men, obviously. Um, obviously, you got from Baltimore, I feel bad because you got Uncle Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp, Denver Broncos at Baltimore Ravens legend, obviously going through split one, split pace, 29 minutes, 40 seconds. You got Uncle Shay Shay getting lit the fuck up by a girl he had some sort of weird fetish for, and obviously she had the fetish for him too. Obviously, you got the uh the boss of all bosses, your boy Puff. And I don't know if people been watching like what's been going on with with the trial with his court case, but all of these details that are coming out of what him and Cassie were doing, like like you have to have that spirit of lust all over you. I don't even know a great way to describe or put into words his situation. Cause I mean I can't like everybody done had their little escapades, but I can't like that nigga way freakier than me. I'm just sorry to whoever's listening if I'm a little innocent mad at you, but uh yeah. I can't even imagine like the I can't even imagine at this point asking a young lady to let me pee in your mouth. Granted, it is some other stuff I would ask that kind of comes close, but I think I'm just too nice of a guy to be like, hey, you know, can I do that to you? You know, like like the stuff they say girls are doing in Dubai when they getting dookied on. I'm like, yo, where do you, where and how do you propose that question? Granted, when you got money, what do they say? You become more of what you are when you have money. So obviously, I'm not in that position like they are financially. So I can't say what I do if I had the same money as, Saudi Arabian or people from Dubai. If I had their type of money and I could just uh, manipulate people to do whatever I wanted with my money, it was a beautiful restaurant. But I can't say I would what I would do or what I wouldn't do if I had the same type of money as them or I had the same type of access as them. I would hope that if I was to become rich one day and I had access to whatever I want, I would at least be able to have some sort of like controlled form of my lust, like that. And I think that's what it really is. It's like lust management. You know what I'm saying? Like I think men need lust management. And how do you? I don't know. How do you manage your lust? You know what I'm saying? Is it a thing where you just gotta grow out of it? You know what I'm saying? Do you have to like just get to a certain point where in your life where you just can't take no more? Uh, you know, you can't take no more L's because you want to hit something. Or is it a thing where we gotta? And granted, I don't know. You can't. I don't think this can't really happen in society because I don't know. Like, how would you walk back all of this stuff that's been put out into at least in American society? How would you walk back all of the stuff that's been put out in the society, all of the sexuality, all of the porn, all of the just all of the scruples and all that stuff. How do you walk all of that back? You can't walk all of it back. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at. And you gotta let, unfortunately, well, I ain't gonna say unfortunately, you gotta let the wild horses run free, and you gotta still do what you believe in, you know. But so I bring it back to lust management. Like you can't really get rid of your lust, especially as a man. You ain't it ain't gonna always it ain't gonna fully go away. Like maybe it'll tone down after a certain time, but lust management I think is what men have to um you know you have to be a little bit better at that. You gotta, if you gonna mess with ladies of the night, man, and you rich, bro, like y'all be leaving too much of a paper trail, bro. Texting and all of this stuff, man. And even I just talked about Diddy. I don't really know how you, in his situation, I don't know really what the remedy for that is, because in reality, I'm pretty sure Diddy ain't the only. Well, I ain't gonna say pretty sure, because in my life, I've met quite a few rich people, and they do some of the same shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what the remedy for a rich person or a highly fluent person is in that situation. Um, Maybe more contracts. I don't know. You got to make them sign contracts. You got to make them, you know, be a little bit more careful. Like, and here's the other part. Um, a lot of people, I guess, in like a Shannon Sharp case or a Puffy Diddy case, they say that if they were married, then this would not have happened. And Shannon Sharp case is more so they saying if he was married to a black woman, this would happen. But I don't fully agree with that. I I agree with the fact that um I agree with the fact that he probably wouldn't have been, well, I ain't even want to say that, but I feel like mm, I didn't stop saying feel like. I think that um in Shannon Sharp's case, or if like let's say he was married, like I feel like he still would be about to lose a bunch of money because he would be getting divorced. You know what I'm saying? Like, I, no rich celebrities stay married forever. It's very few. Obviously you got LeBron and you got Ja Rule apparently. Who else? I can't really think of a ton um, of famous people who stay married. Um, but yeah, I think maybe so much. If it was if he was married, he'd still be losing the money because that woman would divorce him and take the money. Now the only difference is it just wouldn't be such a graphic type of situation coming out to the public. Like your ex-wife, she gonna say some stuff and put some stuff on you and say you did X, Y, Z, A, B, C, D, E. But like in these cases where, these guys are obviously they in a position, and really it's not just them, it's us too, it's regular men too, but we can't do it at the level that somebody who is rich is doing it. But these situations where they're getting with women and essentially using them for their bodies and discarding them. And now this is getting sued, getting damn near going to jail or prison is, you know, it's their way of getting at you. Um, but in case of Puff and them, if they were married, they still would be losing the money. They just wouldn't be getting exposed to this degree. We wouldn't be talking about people getting peed on. We wouldn't be talking about uh, we wouldn't be talking about like interracial this and how black men love the white women and uh, we wouldn't be talking about a lot of this stuff. Granted, you still be talking about it, but we wouldn't be talking about it in a reference to them dudes. But 30 minutes in. But yeah, they still would be losing their money though. I don't really have a solution. uh, it's a creator I watch. His name's CGA, and he basically says that lawsuits are the new divorce. And I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Like, I think he on to something with it, cause I'm like, bro, like, in the case of Puff, and granted, they're at the beginning of his trial, so they're at the beginning of his trial, so I ain't finna be like, oh, you know, I know the whole story, cause I don't know the whole story. But shit, in the case of Puff, walk past his bike first. I lost my damn train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, the Lust and Puff case. In the case of Puff, and granted, we don't know the full story yet, because they still trying him, and all of these incidents and all of these things are just coming out. But from what they have shown so far, the stuff that they are charging him with, and it, like I said, it may be more stuff. I don't know, but the stuff that they have put out into the world, as far as like interviewing or having Cassie testify, and the people that they brought on so far, a lot of it's none of it's, at least in my opinion, none of it's really like, none of it makes him look like a trafficker. None of it makes him look like a criminal mastermind. You know what I'm saying? It really just makes him look like a horrible human. You know what I'm saying? And it makes him look like a domestic abuser, which, I mean, he probably deserves to get canceled for that regardless, you know? But a lot of even him, it's just like, bro, it's like the lust, like, and you sit there and you think to yourself, is the lust worth your freaking kingdom? And I can't even answer that question, because like, I look at all the stuff that men do, and I really gotta think. I'm like, and women don't want to admit that they do it, but whatever. But I look at the stuff we do as men, and I'm like, we really should be doing a lot of this stuff for ourselves. We should be, working out for ourselves. We should be making money for ourselves. We should be uh, having nice townhomes for ourselves. But a lot of the stuff that we do is to get attention from women. And I'm not afraid to say it. It's true. I feel like it's true I honestly feel like it's true for men and women. Like a lot of the stuff we both genders do is centered around attention from the opposite gender. So with that being said, like, do you let the lust tear down your kingdom, but at the same time, a lot of y'all is doing this stuff for the lust. Like, if you took the lust away, would y'all still be motivated to actually go do stuff? Like, and I think that's another, I guess that's the only real positive I see actually in being lustful, because men and women have done amazing things to please the opposite sex. And they've also done some of the most degenerate and the most despicable things for that same cause. But, you got to figure uh, men literally invent things and build things and God, freaking, but yeah, men literally build things and invent things, buy things, uh, protect, all to be able to touch on a woman, you know, literally risk your life to touch on a woman. You will fight a stranger to touch on your girl, to touch on a woman, to have a woman, what I'm saying, look at you as the man. You will do some crazy shit. So I don't know how to. I don't. It's like I said, the conversations I'm having on this channel. I'm not asking. I'm not speaking really anything from the perspective of like, oh, people should be this way. The world should be this way. And I can't say that I even have the answers, because I don't. I don't have per se the answer, other than my only answer is to make the most of the life you have and enjoy the world that's around you. That's the only thing that I can really say. And that's really what I'm doing, you know. Um, yeah, man. So next thing I kind of wanted to talk about related to lust is I was I'm pretty sure, I don't know if everybody's seen it, but the most popular movie out right now is Sinners. And you know, and lust was such a big part of what was going on in that movie. Like, I don't even think I think people noticed it, but like that, literally, that spirit of lust was one of the main contributing factors in like a lot of the stuff that happened in that movie. Like that spirit of lust. Um, like literally, I can't remember the girl's name, but the white girl in the movie, literally, that white girl in the movie, literally, because it was stack and smoke, can't remember was she with Stack or with Smoke. She was with one of them, but literally that white girl, her lust and pretty much her her projecting her lustfulness onto Michael B. Jordan's character is literally was literally what got everybody fucked up in the whole movie. Like I don't think people realize that. Like that whole thing with her made me think of like the Bible, obviously, and it made me think of Adam and Eve because it was like literally the white people came to the door. It was like, nah, we ain't fucking with it. The men was like, nah, I can't trust it. Nope, we're not doing it. I'm not trusting it. Literally, like they spidey sense, and this even goes back to what I said with me getting robbed. Like literally, my initial thought was like, nah, I ain't going over there. I ain't doing it. But like the woman came in, and this is no shot at women. Like I know people, you know what I'm saying, y'all be feeling some type of way when you blame stuff on women, but I'm just the movie played out this way. So but literally the woman in that movie, this was like Adam and Eve. Cause woman came, well, those three, the vampires came to the door. And spoiler alert, if you watching me and you ain't seen it, you know what I'm saying? You've been warned. But them three people came to the door. Every black person in there was like, nah, nope, we ain't doing it. Nope, 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 nope. Can't have it. And then obviously the woman saw the opportunity, and I don't want to. I don't know if it's like a thing where it's like the exact same scenario as Adam and Eve, but I look at it that way because they all made a stance of like, no, we not fucking with it. And then for whatever reason, her curiosity, and obviously it was good natured, and even actually in the thing of Adam and Eve, it wasn't that she was poorly natured in her intentions, but the consensus of the group was like, no, don't do this. And obviously she went out to talk to the serpents, which would have been the vampires in the movie. And then literally that is what escalated the whole horror flick. Literally. And then obviously she came back in. And how was she able to get Michael B. Jordan's character to let his guard down in the movie? It was through lust. I'm like, bro, I don't even know if I'm making a point. I might be making a point, but I'm not making a point. But like literally, lust, bro. Like lust management. I don't know what he could have did in that situation either. Cause I'm like, bro, I can only imagine living in that time period and a white woman that looked that good trying to mess with you, bro. Okay. I don't even know how to really, but like I said, lust. And you see, the crazy part is, granted, both of them, technically, both of the guys was lustful in the movie, but Michael B. Jordan's character was a little bit more. I mean, not Michael B. Jordan. The other twin he played was a little bit more centered and controlled in his thinking. Um, shit. And obviously, well, he didn't. I guess he didn't survive, but he survived longer than anybody else. Um, and he was really the hero. And to a certain extent, at least from what we've seen in the movie, he was a little bit more able to control his lust. Granted, you know what I'm saying? I think that the black woman was his wife, and he definitely clapped them cheeks in the movie in a very like it was a very, you know what I'm saying? It was like very like macho way of like having sex with the woman because he just like give me them cheeks, girl. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, lust. I think it's like I don't even know. It's another area. This is Plano. I think this would be Legacy North. But yeah, I don't know. They always feel like it's Christmas because they always have these lights year round. It's like May, but it's a bunch of nice spots over here too. It looks like they're still like rebuilding a lot of spots over here. Break from the convo, but yo, it's literally like a spider on my camera, bro. My bad. It was literally a spider on my phone. But yeah, man, the lust, bro. Lust will get your ass fucked up. Lust will have you out here. Lust will have you out here acting crazy, boy. Man. Granted, I think that movie was pretty awesome. Sinners. I thought it was pretty damn good. You know, everybody who I know who's seen the movie has definitely been like, man, this was amazing. Uh, you know, a lot of people are like they're smitten over the movie, and apparently, I don't know if it's true, but apparently they're supposed to be doing. Uh, there's supposed to be like some sequels, or there's supposed to be like a whole little Sinners universe, I guess you say. And I'm guessing one of the movies will probably will be about lust because like I said, that was a big that that the relationship between the white girl and Michael B. Jordan's character was literally all about lust. And literally lust got everybody fucked up. Cause it but here's the thing, here's the kicker though. This is where I would give the other Michael B. Jordan character credit. He was trying to get away from her the entire movie up until the point where uh, she killed him or bit him or made him turn or whatever. I will give him credit. I can't be fully uh, hard on his character because in a sense he was trying to reject her the entire movie. But I guess it was like at some point to a certain extent, I guess he couldn't overcome uh, the lust. Even the preacher's son in the movie, granted, his that was another thing, man. The women in the movie was like they wasn't staying they because I think the preacher's boy had the little chocolate young lady. She a little something nice too. And obviously the white girl, both of their characters was married. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, when is this movie set? Is it set like in the 30s or 40s? And I was like, in my head, I'm thinking like, damn, these women, the women back then, they wasn't loyal. You know what I'm saying? At least as loyal as we think they was. Not to say that women ain't loyal or anything, but the women in the movie, at least the main two women in the movie, Granted, the dark skinned girl, she had an amazing voice. The women were actually, they were great women in the movie. Um, Beautiful, talented. The white girl and Michael B. Jordan, obviously they had mad chemistry. And I can't remember the girl's name for whatever reason. I can't remember what her name is, but I know that's Josh Allen girl or his fiance. Boy, I'm praying for you, Josh. Actually, I'm not because you know what happened in the playoff, and y'all the first team we see next year. So there's another clip, Lust. We still on it, and now I can segue into my next thing. There's another clip on the internet that's been going viral, and it's wide receiver for the Eagles, Brown. Why can't I remember his name? His first name though, Brown. Brown. Y'all know who I'm talking about though, and he's literally. It looks like he was at some sort of conference with like a bunch of women, and he was basically explaining that literally NFL players are literally a slave to their lust. Like, think about that. Like, you get drafted, or you know, you work your whole life to play basketball, play football, do whatever, and you get in the league, and you know, women finally start liking you. And in that same token, you're 22 and you're a freaking millionaire. And literally, you're in this position where you have all of this money. I can't even imagine being rich at 22. Like, I'm trying to get rich before 40. Like, or at least feel good about my financial status. You know what I'm saying? But you're 22. You look at your bank account and there's $4 million. All of a sudden, you have a Porsche. Everybody knows you, and literally, you have your choice of women, and like your biggest affliction and addiction is gonna literally be women, and they gonna milk you till it ain't nothing left, and it's literally because of lust. Like I said, I don't, and you criticize me because I'm having a conversation and not saying men need to do this. Like, I don't think there's no solution because you know it's a bunch of dudes who are on the internet and they're like trying to shame women who are quote unquote taking advantage of men. But my heart of all hearts and my mind of all minds, if y'all was getting approached by these women that these guys are getting approached by, if y'all had the options that these ball players, rappers, just rich men or affluent men in general, if y'all was getting these same options, y'all would be going through it too. Y'all would be catching L's too. I probably would be catching L's too. Maybe that's why God hasn't put money, or at least a crazy amount of money in my life yet. Because he's just looking down like, yo, Matt, you're not, you're that's gonna ruin you. You're not, you don't know what the most of you is yet. So all of these dudes is on the internet saying, Brittany Renner this and Cassie that, and uh who else do they be talking about? Uh Whoever they be talking about. If Brittany Renner was to come over your house and sit in your lap and say, Daddy, I'm yours, you probably going, most you niggas on the internet is going. I truly believe that. Now maybe y'all not all getting married to her. Well, maybe some of y'all would if she, you know what I'm saying. But a lot of y'all are saying, a lot of men are saying these things about guys and how they're dumb and how, they can't, how they so stupid, how they can't keep it in their pants. But I honestly don't, I don't buy what a lot of them are saying. I honestly feel like it's hypocritical because damn well you going, bruh. You know damn well you going. Like ain't ain't no ain't no 22-year-old Cassie gonna come to your house and say something nasty to you and you not gonna do nothing. Nigga, you gonna explode. Literally. Pause. So I don't have a solution. Only thing I can say is get your money up and and be safe and protect yourself. And that might mean a different thing for per the person. I don't know what that person. Yeah. Get your money up and protect your get your money up and protect yourself. That's the only thing I can think of. Because like I said, I don't see marriage as I see marriage as good for society, but I don't see it as a total remedy for what's going on as far as like the 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 allegations and the stuff that actually men are doing wrong. Like I can't really sit here and be like, oh, men aren't doing certain things to women because they is. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro. So, but but yeah, I don't know what the solution is, but get your money up, enjoy your life. If you meet somebody nice, you know what I'm saying? Treat her right, you know what I'm saying? Now I didn't talk about women in lust, but I don't know if I could really speak on that because I ain't a woman. Now, I guess I could probably speak on it from the perspective of, uh, I know women, and I've seen them do things that are crazy because of lust. You know, well, actually, I probably could speak on it. Now, I will say, now the woman part of at least this is my input. The woman's part of lust, I don't feel like lust puts them. Well, it could, but generally, I don't feel like women's lust necessarily puts them in jail or you know uh, gets them. Well, some of them, I guess, nowadays, but I don't feel like women's lust puts them in jail or you know gets them outcasted from society. Sometimes, but I feel like the lust more so uh, ruins their future prospects, or not future prospects, but it makes their lives harder because obviously, you know, like young women, like I said, in the ghetto per se, like I'm from Baltimore. Young women from Baltimore, for example, you know, if you talk to most young girls, they mostly lust after men who probably not the best for them, whether that's drug dealer, scammer, uh, whatever you want to label the guy as. And how often do those situations work out in a positive way for the woman. So like, if you're dating, someone who turns out to be, like I said, drug dealer, uh, scammer, and they impregnate you, they kill you. Ooh, I'm not supposed to say that word. They delete you. Um, Whatever it is that they do, like that. Obviously, if you become a single mom, now you gotta be mommy and daddy. You gotta make money. You gotta make more money. That's my spot right here, boy. That damn on Fogo, that child, that get that all you can eat steak. Um, but yeah, that puts you in a position where essentially your options that are nearsighted can become limited. But obviously, women, women overcome a lot. They've overcome being a single mom, and in some cases, it turns out great. In some cases, it don't though. Some cases, it's like literally a life of struggle, essentially because like your lust, someone put a child in you or multiple childs in you, and now it's not even a repercussion, but it's a situation where you are left holding the bag. Um, I don't know, man. Whew, that was a good talk and a good walk. We back where we started again. Very beautiful legacy West. This is Legacy West. So I'm done with that conversation for today. I'm about to log off in here in a second, but yeah, I recommend this area, if you got like a little shorty you want to take on a date, and I had this long conversation about lust, and then also like Legacy Hall, they have so many um, different events, concerts. I think Mexican OT literally performed here, but they got literally like a patio out there, a whole garden. Um, you literally can go there. Granted, I'm single, and they having like this singles event here, and I seen it, and I'm like, is that something I want to try? But then at the same time, I don't know. I don't really, I don't really I don't really like, I don't like hookups. Like, I don't wait. I don't like to be hooked up. That's what I'm saying. I don't like to be hooked up with women. I like to meet the woman, see the woman, like the woman, and then her like me back, and then move from there. But I'm just not. I'm never a big fan of the whole like the arrangement of dating. Like, I'm just never a big fan. Like if my friends, I used back in Baltimore, I used to have friends who would hook me up with girls, and like that's never what it is. That's never what it is. Like, it's never what it is. So I'm not a big fan of just like arrangements of like you blind date, or like you just come there and you meet her and you don't know her. Like, nah, I need to. But I got back off topic. But basically, and that's another thing. Last thing I'm gonna say about lust. While the lust is a part of our general society. As I'm getting older, I'm like, bro, I literally, I can't, or I have to. I think me, other people, and it's hard though because women. Some of them are wonderful. Hey man, some of them nice. Um, but like a lot of us, like, and somebody CGA, shout out to him. A lot of us live our lives through women, and like that shit rings really loud in my mind because I'm like, we don't want to go out unless it's a woman attached to it. We don't want to go to the movies unless there's a woman attached to it. We don't want to go, and I'm guilty of this. We don't want to go vacation unless there's a woman attached to it. We don't want to go do anything unless we know a woman is going to be there involved, a part of it. And I think that's probably another thing that's just really leading to a lot of our lust. Because I'm like, I'm bringing it home now. In the grand scheme of things, the solution actually is what he's saying. CGA. It's not living your life through women all of the time. Obviously, enjoy women, treat them well, but like if the reason we if we can stop making the reason we buy the car is just for women, or we treat ourselves to some shoes is for women, or if we can go on a vacation by ourselves and still have a good time, I think that would solve a lot of the problems, and I think men would have a better grip on on their lust. I know it sounds a little weird, but yeah, that's the only solution, and that's really what I already said. Like, enjoy your life, get your money up, and treat your damn so good. But yeah, all right, late show. This is episode. What is this? The fourth one. Yeah, but late show. Like I said, I'm gonna do as many of these as I can. And yeah, whoever watches. Like I said, I'm actually enjoying this kind of because it's like it's allowing me to get my thoughts out, and it's not really. I don't know. At first, I was a little nervous about just walking around with the camera and all that stuff outside, like I'm talking to myself. But like literally anybody who has interacted with me so far has had a positive comment or just kind of looked. But you know women definitely been looking more. Obviously, they see some shit on social media, so they gonna want to fuck with it. But yeah, I think we'll keep doing this, and I might turn parts of these into clips because I think that's the next coolest or next greatest thing to do. And we're rocking like that. We also got my man Ed. Shout out to Edward. We'll probably be doing some more normal guys talk sports if you um, are into sports. Obviously, you got NBA finals coming up. You got NBA draft coming up, and then before you know it, it'll be football season, and you know, the Ravens. It's been a little, it's been a little, it's been a little weird being a Ravens fan, even though it's been amazing because obviously Lamar Jackson is one of the greatest players to ever do it, and that's obvious now. You can go ahead and get your Lululemon on, but no, Lamar Jack is one of the greatest players to ever do it. So, but yeah, be on the lookout. A lot of stuff coming, and my phone stayed alive a whole stream. We a whole hour and 10 minutes in, but yeah, I'm about to be out. Peace, blessings, love, joy, have you some fun, get you some money. Yeah.